upgrade your TV viewing and save money with a Vida HD Plus system. One smart box delivers high-definition resolution on TV, DVD and games. You can freeze and rewind live TV and record your programs to watch later, even when you're watching another channel. And it comes with all the Freeview channels already installed. Best of all, it's free when you book an installation at just £69 and take out our comprehensive service agreement for only £10 per month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get a free digital aerial upgrade ready for the big switchover. For more information and to order yours, call now on 08702 432 969 or log on to www.vida.co.uk. 08702 432 969. Vida. Tomorrow's vision today.
Summer 2007. Radio UK, Summer 2007. Warning, the show you're about to listen to may contain strong language and the content might offend. Tommy and Duncan, politically corrupt on Play Radio UK.
So if you don't like it, toss off.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. I put together an argument and I don't know if this works, but sometimes it's nice to see what an argument sounds like. On various forums, some people were saying you shouldn't swear just for the sake of it, and I don't think we do. I sometimes swear. I was playing golf with some mates on Friday, and I found myself swearing occasionally, even though one of them was 13. And I said to his dad, "Oh, Christ, is that all right?" And he went, "No, it makes him think that he's one of us and he's a man, and so it's quite a good bonding thing." But of course, I wasn't swearing terribly. What I found myself saying was, "This isn't radio. This is the internet." And if you're on the radio, you're sharing a platform with Humphrey Lyttelton and John Humphreys. If you're on the internet, you're sharing a platform with terrorists. You know, this is a different medium. Yep. And so we function differently and appropriately. And also this, you know, people who are listening to this audio stream are not listeners. We're a community, and we don't call them listeners, we call you contributors. Yep. Because it's just the easiest thing in the world to contribute. Unlike a radio phone-in where you have to phone up and a screener asks you what your point is, you know, and then calls you back 10 minutes later and says you're going to be talking to Robbie in 5 minutes.
Robbie!
You can just chat, you can email, you can...
Let me just remind people how they can be part of this community, because it's a timely point to do so. Emails are studio@playradiouk.com, studio@playradiouk.com, Skype is play.radio.uk, and call us up. You'll come straight through to the studio. No screening, no checking. If you're in the UK, it's 01243 55 60 60. Outside 0044 1243 55 60 60. Call us, be part of the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Or just do rubbish like that. Who was that who phoned up earlier and just played rather appropriately, almost as though you'd planned it? Played the Close Encounters theme, was it?
That was a Randy Martin stuff. I don't know who that was.
Well, we don't know.
Do you know someone?
So that's our first Zoo call.
Yep. Yeah.
That is our first. Somebody rang up and just did something. So if you fancy doing that, and unlike when Human Zoo, which you may know about from some years ago, it doesn't have to be completely sanitised. But don't say swear words just for the sake of them. You give them a place, which is what we try to do. I want to talk to these people who have been having this protest at Heathrow. But whilst I'm dialing them, we've got some chats and some nice emails.
Well, listen, there's an email here from Simon Jupp, and Simon Jupp says, well, who would have thought something interesting could ever come from Ferring? I need to go left a little bit down the motorway, but you're almost right. Interesting discussions, and the live webcam is webcam is very impressive. That comes later after the next hour. Thank God I don't have one like that in my studio. That's a webcam. I think he's talking about. Yeah, but, you know, a webcam might work. Keep up the good work, Juppy. That's very kind of you. Studio@playradiouk.com. Any more?
That's about it. I think Derek was talking about something that Tommy talked about last week, which I think you've got lined up for later anyway. So the point that
Well, I could call the guys. I could call the guys who are being surrounded by riot police. These are 100,000 or so hippies, I guess you call them hippies, modern hippies, eco warriors.
Eco warriors.
And they're surrounded by riot police, and hippies don't riot.
No.
They sit.
No, but they have. You see, they've gone on record to say that they're now going to start their 24 hours of direct action, and this has made everyone think, my God, they're going to storm a runway, or maybe shoot down a jumbo. So let's call them up and let's find out exactly what they're doing and what their direct action might be, and actually try and get some understanding of their arguments, because obviously they've got some beliefs which some of us might share, or indeed might not. So got a number for these hundreds who are just on the outskirts of Heathrow, surrounded by riot police. I'm sensationalising this as a journalist. It's quite good.
Well, that's what I want to talk to them about, because I've been to their website and
the batons could be coming down and the shields could be going up at any point, and it'll be interesting to see what they have to say, and indeed exactly to get from the horse's mouth why they're doing what they're doing. So we got this number which we'll call up, and reminder, anything you want to respond to what you hear when we talk to them, it's studio at playradiouk.com.
Climate Action.
Hello, is Peter Thomas there, please?
Who, sorry?
Peter Thomas?
No, he's not around. Can I deal with it?
Yeah, it's Play Radio here. I spoke to Peter earlier on. We're, internet radio station. We've got 288,000 listeners in 142 countries. Just wanted 5 minutes with somebody about your campaign.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Can you do it? What's your name?
Yeah, mine's Gary Dwyer.
Okay, Gary. Okay, well, let's do it now then. We're live and we're on the air.
Okay.
Gary Dwyer. What's happening right now?
What's happening right now, we've got about, well, as far as I understand anyway, I'm sort of back at the camp, I'm not actually on it, but there's about 400 people blockading BAA's headquarters, with a sort of similar number of police there with them.
Okay. And what is it you're trying to achieve again?
We're here, we've been here for a week. We're here to, basically, everyone knows that we need to be reducing carbon emissions. And sort of aviation industry is pushing to expand itself, and they'll expand carbon emissions, which is just lunatic. It's a commitment to climate change. And so we're seeing that, it's not enough to make change in your own life. We need to bond together and make a movement that sort of pushes for the sort of the change in the political landscape. So we're here to start that off, and we've sort of been talking to each other, educating, empowering each other, creating a network that's going to roll, not just this week. This is going to be the beginning of quite a movement on climate change, a movement everyone knows we need. But we also highlighted Heathrow's third runway as a big sort of hot topic on this, a big symbol of everything that's wrong with our sort of preoccupation with economic growth and environmental sustainability.
How did your organisation start off? Was there one guy or three guys or girls?
Sorry, can you say that one again?
How did your organisation start off?
It was a few environmental activists, sort of about 18 months ago. Just sort of called a meeting and people saying, well, why are people working on other issues when climate change is clearly the big environmental issue of our time? Okay. And maybe people should be taking direct action on this the way they've done on other things in the past.
Well, what's the average age of your activists?
Well, I mean, it's right across the board. They're very young here with their parents, but people who come to their own volition, for a range from 14, and I think the oldest guy I spoke to was 74, so it's right across the board. I think the big bulk in the sort of 20 to 50 age range, I suppose, but then again, if you're going to camp out in the field for a week, you're less likely to do that at 65.
Exactly, so it's quite young. I have to say, I mean, I'm an old man by comparison to you, but I'm a journalist, and looking at some of the stuff that you've been putting out, I think you've got a great message, and power to you. But it would really help if you got some of your facts right.
Go on.
Well, I've been to your website, and the first page I went to was your views. Okay, and I just kept finding, basic errors in...
Like what?
Well, I mean, setting aside you haven't... if you spell check, then you get apostrophes in the right place. But that's not important. That's not important.
No, I think when we're looking at runaway climate change, it's more important things.
Absolutely. Although presentation does help, doesn't it? Yeah.